In this episode of Highlight Sundays, a little bit less news and a little bit more banter. Hello and welcome back to Highlight Sundays. It is the 24th week of 2013 and here are your highlights. Now, as mentioned, I actually only have 2 articles for you today. So to make up for that, we're gonna have a slightly longer vlog section. So yeah, having said that, let us jump right in. Our first article comes from Gizmodo and it's entitled 7 Bizarre Apple Products That Were Just Too Weird to Exist. So this isn't a news article, this is more of a novelty article I guess. But yes, as the title says, well, these are some of the products that Apple came up with that they never actually moved into manufacturing. And the reason why I bring this up is because actually a couple of these will be pretty cool. For example, back in the day before they decided to actually move fully into personal computers, they actually made an Apple phone. And we all know today how well that idea would have been received. Well, not that particular model I guess, but you know what I'm talking about. Some other things as well are actually in use today. For example, there was this dual screen workstation, and we all now understand the value of actually having a dual monitor setup. Or how about the workstation with a vertical monitor? Now, I guess this isn't extremely common, but in specialized use such as in hospitals and places like that, they do actually have a vertical monitor setup. What is also interesting is they actually have this tablet-like device called Bashful, and it actually was a precursor to the Apple Newton. I only bring up the Apple Newton because, well, it is one of the earliest PDAs that started the entire PDA craze, and that actually kind of merged with the mobile phone craze to create smartphones as we know them today. So bits and pieces of interesting history in this article. If you're interested, do head down to the video description and check it out. So now that we've taken a trip to the past, let us now return to the present. As you know, design trends are things that affect from the smallest developers to the largest of companies. Not too long ago, it was that nice glassy kind of look, which was of course popularized by Apple. But now the trend is changing. People like flatter colors, buttons without embellishments, just a single shade. So in this article, we actually take an inside look at Google's take to this new trend. This article from Mashable is entitled The Inside Scoop on Google's Visual Design Guidelines. If you're interested in web design or UI design or things along those lines, this would probably greatly interest you. A couple of things that particularly jump to my attention include things like color palettes, the kind of shapes involved, and of course their entire take on a whole simplicity look and feel. I bring this up particularly because it's not just Google that's doing this. As mentioned, this is a design trend. The new Twitter app does this. Windows 8, the entire Metro UI kind of look is all based on this same concept, that is simple flat colors. So like I said, if you are into web design or UI design, this will probably greatly interest you. So do head down to the link in the video description and check it out. So yes, 2 articles for today, that's it, we're wrapping up. No, we're not. Our first vlog segment is a mix between news and vloggy stuff, because of course there is no article, I'm just gonna blab. So to cut to the chase, E3 happened this week. So of course there was information on a lot of games, there was a lot of console news in particular, and most notably the PS4 press conference. That was probably the only thing I really watched from start to finish. The rest I kinda just heard the news that people posted after the events. I have to tell you that PS4 conference is really something you should watch. It's just fun watching them take scoops out of Microsoft. There are probably more caveats to this than, meets the eye right away. But by the looks of it, from a publicity standpoint right now, it seems that the PS4 is quite a bit more ahead as compared to the Xbox One. The PS4 is cheaper and also doesn't have any of the DRM issues that are actually in the Xbox One. That was the part of the conference I particularly enjoyed, the part where they actually took a bite directly out of the Xbox One, which was of course extremely refreshing, to the tone of such conferences. So yeah, to be honest, I haven't had a console in the house since the PS1 days. Probably the only thing holding me back is the fact that, well, once you have the console, you still have to buy games, and games don't come cheap. Being one with an extremely limited income, I'm not entirely comfortable with the spending just yet. During this time, all the consoles that have come out, ever since the PS1 days till today, so far, really the most compelling one is the PS4. A part of me really itches to get it, but of course, well, it's gonna only lead to more spending. So I'm gonna just keep an eye out. Maybe one day when the price drops a little, I could consider this even more. For those of you interested to find out even more about E3, you can check out youtube.com/TheGameStation, extremely popular video gaming network that has an extensive coverage and commentary of the E3 stuff. So yeah, I will put a link to the GameStation in the video description, so you can go and check them out. So the last bit of our vlog segment, I'm just gonna talk a little bit about this channel. You know, what has been going on, what is going to be coming out. I do have a number of new ideas in the pipeline. For example, someone suggested to me to actually do search algorithms, which actually when I first read that comment, I was really quite surprised I didn't think of that earlier. The thing is, I don't really know that many of them. In fact, I only really know 2. If you want to throw hashing into the mix, that'll be 3. So if I do it, I'll be leaving it as an open series. So as I learn about more, I will just, make more episodes and fill it in. So if you guys are okay with that, we could probably work something out. Also, I have this idea for a series called Reflections. Essentially, it is a non-educational series. It's just me telling an anecdotal story kind of stuff. This will not be recorded in front of a camera. I'm just gonna talk into the mic. And the idea is I will be making some illustrations and sort of just timing it with the video. This will not be a regular thing, since of course, the illustrations will take time. So this will not have a strict schedule. I will just, release one whenever I'm done with it. So let me know what you guys think of these ideas. I think, well, if possible, it's going to just allow me to release even more every week. As mentioned on the official Twitter, I have been adding captions to my videos. To be honest, it's kind of a slow process and you kind of get burnt out after a very short time. But as of the time of filming, I've just gotten closed captions up for all episodes of Friday Minis. And of course, the reason I'm doing that is, well, it gets traffic. I mean, that is a form of search engine optimization. So hopefully we get more hits, and that is always a good thing. And of course, those who actually need this accessibility feature can now have access to it. Because by the looks of it, the automated transcription is absolutely hopeless in understanding me. Good news is I have managed to actually start stockpiling episodes of Friday Minis, and if I manage to actually go far enough ahead of schedule, this will actually give me time to do even more videos, which is always good news. Oh, and I also have a broken computer to fix. Now, to be honest, I've been putting that off a lot, partly because, it'll involve me going out and buying stuff and trying to install it, and it's, that's what I kind of dread. But if I ever get around to doing it, well, there will be a video. Anyway, that's it. That's all there is for this episode of Highlight Sundays. If you have any comments, queries, or suggestions, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to check out the official Twitter for this channel at twitter.com/0612TV. As always, I appreciate every like, favorite, and subscription you give me. But until next time, you are watching 0612TV.